Buddy, welcome to the Late Horror Show. Late night coffee talk with Tracy. What's going on, Tracy?
Not too much. How's it going?
No, do you have a dumb joke, or we forgot to do that, didn't we?
Oh, God. Yes, I think we
Well,
did.
hey,
Mm.
we're gonna have the Paranormal Seekers on in just 1 minute. Here we go with the intro. There you go. Tell you what, man, that's so groovy and jazzy. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so you got the Paranormal Seekers. I'm going to get off to the side here and let Tracy do her thing. I'm going to bring in the guests. Here we go with Rachel and Lisa. And take it away, Tracy. Late night coffee talk.
Hi. So I just want to just say hi to people that I can see in the chat here. There's Mark and Rich Cat Ranch, Harry Scott, Connie Cleary, Chris W. CM is here, Dave Plouffe, and Ocean and Frank McLeod. And I'm sorry if I miss anybody, but this is going to be a super duper conversation. We have the Paranormal Seekers with us tonight. They hail from Oshawa, Ontario. So we have Rachel, who is the founder and lead investigator of the Paranormal Seekers. And she also has brought Lisa, who is the medium for the group. So Rachel,
and she's getting her nails done at the moment. So there you go for Halloween.
Personally, I can't wait to see them because they sound like they're going to be so cool. Can we get a sneak peek when you have a chance? Or maybe not.
Definitely. I don't know where I went though.
Sweet. So Lisa, I'm so happy to see you. That's amazing. Can't wait to see your nails. Rachel, did you want to maybe give us a little bit of background about the group and how you came to form the Paranormal Seekers?
Sure. So we started in 2004. So I was in college at the time, and I was taking human service counseling, which is just the equivalent to a social service worker. And we had one of these classes where we called it the caring and sharing class. And we were talking, we had a little class assignment where we had to find a partner and kind of tell the class one thing about our partner. Me and another girl were partnered up, and we did our little spiel and everything. And then another girl who was partnered with somebody else, all of a sudden she was like, well, my partner is a psychic. I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. Of course, at that point in time, everybody's like, oh, do you see my future? What do you see? Read my palm, blah, blah, blah. I had a photo from my grandparents' house that was really strange. So one day I pulled her aside from class and I was like, hey, listen, I have this picture. If you could at any point, take a look at it and tell me what you feel from it, I'd love to hear that, that kind of connection to the other side. So we started talking and we found out that we lived just a couple blocks from each other, and we just kind of connected from there. She wasn't originally from the province. So we kind of talked about historical stuff, and she was like, oh, I've always wanted to go ghost hunting. And I was like, whoa, me too. So we just kind of started. I took her to a local place here in Oshawa called Parkwood Estate. For some of you who may know of the place, it is the former home of the person who started General Motors. It is also in a lot of movies. So Billy Madison is one of them. X-Men, Chicago, all sorts of TV shows, all that fine stuff. Sweet. So we went there just as a tourist thing. And the poor tour guide was bombarded by my friend at the time with all this information he had no idea about. So we contacted the curator and kind of gave her our little story and asked if we could come talk to her at some certain point in time, preferably after hours. So nobody was around. And she kind of said, yeah, come after hours. We'll give you, the grand tour. We'll go from basement to attic. You can cross the velvet rope. You can, all this stuff. So that's how we started. And 2004, so 18 years. We've been going ever since.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I was browsing your website, which I'm just going to say your website is amazing and your YouTube channel is fantastic. You guys have done so many awesome investigations. And the evidence that you have on there, like some of it just sent chills up and down my spine. I'm like, oh.
It's yeah. We try. We try. A lot of our stuff is like we go through our stuff very carefully, so we're not just posting, a million orb photos that we know aren't really orbs. But yeah, we're very, very, very picky when it comes to our evidence to show.
Oh, nice. So Lisa, are you okay to chat for a few minutes? Like, would you like to maybe tell us a bit about your background and maybe show us your nails?
It's my toenail, so I don't know if you can see them.
But they're very cute.
Oh boy.
I think that's
What
your
have we
first
gotten in?
heat on the Late Late Horror Show, do you know?
Yeah, because I don't know too much about this app, so because I've never used it, so I don't know how to turn my camera. I don't know how to do any of it, so I'm like, I have to do like a Houdini move.
That's okay. Your picture looks perfect, and you're not breaking up at all, so it's amazing.
Perfect.
It's okay.
Okay, well, I'm back home now, so I was like, I gave my phone to my kid. I'm like, and only unmuted if I have to talk. So my background, I've had my abilities my whole life. I've been seeing spirits like my whole life and communicating with them. I just didn't understand it. And a couple of years ago, I took some classes to help me interpret the messages. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's my background.
Oh, nice. Oh, so what part do you play when you do the investigation? So, when you're with the team, you're the medium that would. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the medium, and I don't know how other mediums do it, but I prefer to go in blind, so I know nothing about the location. Like sometimes Rachel will send me a picture to get impressions, but other than that, like I don't know anything about the location whatsoever when we go in there.
That's a good way. Have you ever been surprised, like pleasantly surprised or nervous about like some of the feelings or maybe images that you might have seen?
I get excited, I think, for almost every investigation. There was one where we didn't have such a pleasant experience, where we all were feeling dread before we got there. And our intuition led us definitely the right way on that one. But other than that, most of the time I'd say it's exciting. I love doing it. And I joke that I'm like the one that can see and talk and communicate with the dead people, but I'm probably the biggest scaredy cat.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. So we have several clips. I chose like 7 amazing pieces. The first one that I think maybe we can lead into is an EVP. It's at the Canadian Automotive Museum. And if you wanted to talk about that one, Rachel, the one.
Of course.
Yeah.
So this one's a funny one. So we went so unfortunately Lisa wasn't at this investigation because this was like at the very beginning. But we were at the Automotive Museum. We had 2 groups. We decided to split up because it is 2 floors. So we had one group go upstairs and we had one group downstairs. Halfway through the night, the walkie-talkies that we had, they were kind of garbage. So they stopped working. Well, at least the one upstairs did. And we just told the group, just come down. We'll just, regroup and we'll figure something out. I'm sitting on the floor. And so the other group comes down and they pass me their walkie-talkie. I just throw mine in my lap. I'm not even thinking twice. Right. And then it goes off. Right. So a little bit of a background before that is we were investigating and the psychic that we had at the time goes, well, this is a first. I've never had this. I'm like, okay, what is it? And she's like, well, we have a tour guide. His name is Cameron, and he says he's going to take us on a tour around the building. Cameron is obviously only she can see him. So we're like, okay, cool. So he takes us around. He's like, okay, here's where this is and this is. And I'll keep the kids in line for you tonight so they don't interrupt you. We're like, okay, cool. So yeah, so that's how that happened. And then if you want to play it, go ahead.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, that would be clip 1, Dina, when you have a chance.
What the hell was that? Sound? I heard that. What the hell was that? Sound? I heard that.
Wow, that was crystal clear. That
It is.
was
And
so clear.
if anybody knows where the Canadian Automotive Museum is in Oshawa, it's not in the greatest part of town, and it's not where a child would be out at 2:00 in the morning. So that kind of made it, one of those oh my gosh moments. But the funny thing is, we did find out who Cameron was.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So the psychic that you had working with you at the time, that it was the Cameron that they were. Oh, that's amazing. Oh wow.
Yeah, so,
Have you been back to that location since?
a few times, yeah, we have. So the first time we went, we never asked who Cameron was. It was just like, oh my gosh, Cameron, But when we did go back, we did bring that same psychic with us. And she's like, I never asked who he was before. So she started asking questions, Cameron, who are you? What's your last name? And he's like, oh, Dart, how old are you? Oh, technically, 21. What happened? Oh, I was shot. Where was the last place that you saw? And he said Belgium. So of course I get my little sleuthing going on. And we did find Private Cameron Dart served in World War I, and he was shot and killed in action, and he's buried in Belgium.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And his across the street from the Automotive Museum is Memorial Park, and they've got a big statue with the names of the fallen from all the wars, and his name is on that statue.
Oh my gosh, I get the shivers. That's amazing. What's even more phenomenal is when you can tie back your evidence to like actual historical documents. I mean, that just lends more proof to
that's what we do. That's what our team focuses on, is connecting the past to the present.
Oh, wonderful. Are you guys open to taking questions from the chat? Okay, so everybody that is in chat, hi Erica, it's good to see you too, and Emily and Vicky. Oh, it's great to see you. If you guys want to pop some questions in the chat, Lisa and Rachel can definitely answer your questions, so don't be shy. They're here to chat with you guys too. We have another really cool EVP. This one is at Black Creek Pioneer Village. That location, when I was like looking at some of your videos, I didn't have a chance to do research on that. But do you want to talk about that place? That place sounds really pretty awesome.
It's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Black Creek Pioneer Village is a living history museum located in Toronto. Pretty much all of their buildings have been brought there except for one, two if you count the old house and the barn. But yeah, everything has been brought there from the surrounding areas, and some people just stuck with their buildings and their houses.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, so Dino, that one is clip number 2, if you don't mind.
Touching me. Was that you? Oh, I did it again. Are you touching my chin? Touching me. Was that you? Oh, I did it again. Are you touching my chin?
That one was pretty amazing. We have, did you want to talk about that one a little bit more?
I wasn't present with that. That's actually 2 other investigators because it's such a big place.
Right.
we had to split up into a bunch of groups and
Mhm.
to kind of go through the houses as groups of two.
Okay.
So those were two other investigators that are unfortunately no longer with the team, but
Okay.
it was yeah, they got that they got that no.
Wow. That again, like that is another really clear EVP. It's like another total first class. We have some really great questions that are starting to come through. Kat from Rich Cat Ranch is wondering if you have any siblings, Lisa, and do they have the same gifts that you do?
Yeah, I actually have two full-blood siblings, and they both. My brother kind of is like a see. I have to see it to believe it,
Mhm.
and my sister definitely has the abilities, but not to where I am. It's a good
Oh,
question.
wow.
And my daughter, who's 12, has abilities as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Do you hope that she learn, like, will you teach her to kind of develop those a little bit more? Like
Yeah,
as she gets
yes.
older?
I definitely help her with developing them, and so that she's
Right.
not afraid. And yeah.
Oh, nice. Mark M was wondering, is the cold sensation when a spirit is around a real thing, or is it more of like a cliche?
Yes and no. They can make the temperature go hot and they can make it go cold. I think cold is more of a sensation that we are more apt to feeling, other than heat, unless we're having a hot flash. But but yeah, it's definitely you feel cold more than you feel hot.
Mhm.
So that is probably why it is more associated, but it can go either way.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this is the one that I was looking for. This one comes from Connie. What was the worst experience your group has ever had? And then after that, maybe we'll jump into what is the best experience that your group has ever
Oh my
had.
gosh. Worst experience? Oh goodness. I don't know. We haven't had any like awful experiences.
Mhm.
We've had some ones where we've questioned what we're doing, but I would say just recently in June, we went to a private residence in Northumberland County,
Mhm.
and it was okay during the day, but when night fell, the house took on an identity of its own. It literally felt like the walls were breathing and everything in its being was trying to get us to leave. That was something that I've never really felt. And Lisa was not a fan of that house.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So yeah, that was quite interesting. So, yeah.
yeah. Did you pick up like bad energy from that, Lisa? Like, did you feel anything different about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when we stepped on well, actually, I think going there, actually, to be honest, but stepping on the property, and then when we were upstairs, you remember I got pushed. Sheena saw me get pushed.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it just was not a good environment.
No, there was some stuff that we found out that had happened in that house that you don't wish to happen on anybody. It was some, I wouldn't say, I don't know if it was super intentional, but it was just the way that these people knew how to handle a situation, and they
Right.
probably could have done it better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Dino.
Yeah, no, I have to jump in. Well, if you could elaborate a little bit more, Rachel, because you can talk about anything here. I'm definitely interested in like how. I mean, if it's real dark stuff. I mean,
Look, let's just say that there was a elderly lady who had dementia, and the people she was living with, more than likely
abuse.
family members, didn't know how to deal with it, so they kind of locked her in a room.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of abuse went on. So I hear you.
Yeah, I would say yeah. Yeah.
What is that? Is that what Lisa was feeling like? What kind of presence was there? What was it? Was it her? Was it a number of other spirits, or like because you said a lot of negative energy was in this house, right? So, Lisa, you pick up on anything there?
There was a lot, and I think that the negative things that happened also caused some of the negative energy that is there. Yeah, that would be
But
I would
nobody
say
in
I don't.
particular. You didn't get a presence in particular, like an evil spirit. You couldn't pluck anything out, right? No.
So I hardly remember anything. For like the majority of investigations, I kind of have to be like it has to be triggered like to remember. But I don't know how many spirits I said were there. But right now I'm hearing the number 3.
Oh,
Okay.
You
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. The darker stuff, I tend to, hey, Halloween's coming. It's terrible that stuff went on, but to know the history and the story behind why the place is haunted is definitely interesting. So thank you.
have either of you had any kind of negative attachments, like after you leave an investigation? Is there anything that you guys do to kind of shield yourself or protect yourself?
Lisa's smirking over there. She does it all for us.
Yeah,
Because I'm curious, because there's so many different ways, and just with the paranormal group that I'm with, like we each kind of do our own thing. So I'm just curious how you guys deal with this as well.
Before we go into any investigation, I ground, surround, and protect us. I was only doing it for myself at the beginning, and then unfortunately, one of our members did get an attachment, and we had to clear it. And then, so I ground, surround, and protect us all before we go in there, and make sure afterwards that that they know that they're not allowed to come home with us.
Wonderful. WWM has a question. Do you believe that there are children ghosts or spirits, or do you believe that there are children ghosts and spirits, or are they something else?
There's 100% ghosts and spirits that are children. I don't know who started the whole tale that, there's no such thing as children, ghosts, or spirits. There definitely is. And yes, other things can masquerade because a child is not scary. So do you trust it? It's totally falls on whoever's investigating.
Right.
Yeah.
We had that one come through. I forget what location were we? Langs?
Maybe.
That was child spirit.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because you are right. Like sometimes, like demonic entities can show themselves as children too. So maybe that's kind of what he might have been asking as well.
I think Uxbridge. Was it Uxbridge?
Yes,
Something.
Uxbridge. Yes, the Uxbridge Historical System. Yeah, that's where we came. That was that was me.
Remember?
Yeah, look at you remembering. I sure did.
It's funny. We actually, I did pull a clip from you guys to show tonight about the SLS camera footage from Uxbridge. So we'll show that one in a couple of minutes too, because again, that was super.
Yeah.
So Dave Plouffe, he says, it seems most ghosts seem to be male, like Cameron. Do you ever find the spirits of women?
All the time. All the time. Yeah. Yeah. This last Tuesday we did. Yeah. I don't think we've ever come across anything where we haven't had some type of female energy of some sort.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We also have to remember too, is back in the day, women were not very talkative because it was a man's business.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So most of the time they don't talk.
Oh gosh. So when it comes to that too, when you guys are doing your investigations, do you ever go to, say, different historical places that they may have spoken a different language, like maybe French or Spanish? And how exactly do you handle that when you're doing investigations?
Google Translator.
That's actually a really great idea.
Yeah,
That's
we've done it. We've had Mandarin or Chinese come through once, and we've actually had to go on and take a look and see, and then kind of we were using Google Translator to kind of say certain words and sentences to see if that was
right.
picking up anything. And oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, interesting.
And
So,
French is a great language that people like to speak to us that I don't well,
mhm.
I can understand some of it, but
No, that's exactly right. So that's actually interesting because I mean that's one of the other things that I find too is just not all spirits can communicate in the same language.
no.
So Google Translate, that's actually pretty wise. Um, Chris W had something really kind of neat here. She asks, is a possession the same as a spirit attachment? And if not, how would you distinguish those?
Okay, this is me, right, Rachel?
Yeah, that's you, that ain't me.
An attachment is more like, for in my perspective anyway, it's like a lot of negative things start happening to you. Like for example, I'll give this example. My cousin, I cleared her, and I didn't know if I did the clearing I did on her was going to be enough because she has attachments, and so I have to now. She just had her second car accident in less than 6 months, both the other cars' faults. So I was asking for a sign of if I needed to do a better clearing because of the attachments, and I got the sign today. Whereas a possession, it like they take over your whole body. The attachments can turn into a possession, but it starts as an attachment usually first, unless you're wide open and stuff.
Right.
I hope I explained that well.
Yeah. Have you guys been called in to take care of, say, a spirit or something that they would like cleared from their house? Like, is that something that you guys offer? Do you come in, you investigate, and if they want that energy removed, like, do you guys help with that or?
We can if asked. Our team is mostly afterlife awareness and
Right.
kind of historical connections.
Okay.
But if need be, and I believe it's been done before,
Mhm.
Deseranto, Lisa will help perform the cleansing and the clearing, and
Right.
then give the whoever we're dealing with, like our clients, if you want to call them, give them
Mhm.
the tools and the information that they can continue the process in case something is to arise again.
Oh, perfect. So you do a lot of residentials as well as historical locations, your team?
Yes, residentials is very iffy for us. In
Mhm.
the past, we've had some ones who were like, my house is haunted, my house is, and it wasn't. But so we're very, very, very careful. We have a huge questionnaire and everything that goes out,
Right.
and we interview them and make sure that they are legit. Like this is it is something that we
Mhm.
can't help from our computers type thing. We actually have to
Right.
physically go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emily Thompson, she's chatted about this quite often every time we have paranormal streams. So she mentions that she smells a strong odor of cigarette smoke. When her and her husband built the house, no one ever smoked, but both of their fathers had and have passed over. Is that unusual? Could that be maybe their loved ones visiting? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it absolutely is their loved ones visiting. Like you can get cigarette smoke, perfume. There's like just things that you would identify those people with, and just say hi. It's just them coming to say hi. It's nothing bad.
So, and just a quick question, Lisa. You're absolutely a part of the Paranormal Seekers, but just in case anybody in our listening audience and our viewers are curious, do you also offer your services as a medium, or do you stay very particular to your group? Like, just kind of curious how that would work for you.
Just started offering readings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if if Dina wouldn't mind, but there is the link to the Paranormal Seekers website. And you can feel free to browse their website, and there's contact information there as well. And all of the links are actually below this video here. There is the Facebook page. There is the YouTube channel for the Paranormal Seekers, as well as their website. So after this is done, definitely I encourage you to go on over and have a peek at all of that stuff. There is so much great information there, and we have a few more clips to show, but you will be totally floored at some of the other evidence that this group has to share with you. So why don't we get to another clip? This is actually a video. This one is pretty cool. This is at the Annandale Golf and Curling Club. I watched this and I was like, holy cow, that's incredible. Did you want to maybe set that up and maybe talk about the location and what you guys did there?
So sadly, the Annandale Golf Club is no longer in service. They built a giant casino across the street, so they kind of shut down. But it's located in Ajax, on the Ajax-Pickering border here in Ontario. And it's a golf club, and it was a curling club, and you would not believe how many people die there. You know, you go out drinking with your buddies, you know, you drink a lot, you don't drink water, you die apparently out there. They had a sauna in the basement where about 5 people went in and died. They had like most golf clubs have where they have weddings and big get-togethers and stuff. Well, they had a celebration of life, and some lady died at the celebration of life. But we got called because there was some strange stuff happening, and they just kind of wanted clarification. And one of those was that things would move on their own. So we decided we were going to set up our DVRs, and Sheena, one of the places was in the kitchen where they said a lot of stuff moves. So there was a cart in the middle of the floor. So Sheena moved it out of the way and was like, I'm moving this out of the way so it's not in the camera view. We're like, okay, cool. So we finished setting everything up, and one of the staff members comes back and was like, who moved the cart? Sheena's like, oh, I pushed it out of the way. I just pushed it to the side. They're like, no, this cart's in the middle of the freaking hallway. And so we had to check our DVRs.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Dina, if you wouldn't mind playing clip number 3 so everybody can see. That is so cool.
It is. You can see my hand is shaking because I'm actually filming that clip from my DVR with my phone, and literally as soon as I had to stop because the manager, who's a man, was like screaming like a girl because he freaked out. Yeah, it was great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So do you do like a lot of the review of the evidence yourself, or does everybody help out on the team?
So yeah, so I will go through it, and then I will send it around and be like, hey, what do you all think of this? Like, look what I found. Like, and yeah. So we all share.
Oh wow. No, that was amazing. Did you get any other evidence at that golf and curling club?
Not particularly. That was their biggest one. It was at the beginning of the night, which is kind of interesting. But there was some stuff there.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty much, yeah. We did at one point have a door slam on us while we were chatting away. We still don't know how it slammed, but it slammed.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, because Ajax, Ontario, that's in a very let me see, it's kind of like is there like manufacturing plants and stuff like that, kind of like more industrialized, that section? Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Connie has another question. Has the group encountered inanimate objects that have been possessed?
I yes, I would say yes. Well, I wouldn't say possessed. They may have been well liked by the dead. I did work in an escape room in Oshawa, and we got called because this one photo, it's some old photo of a woman wouldn't stay on the wall that kept coming
Oh,
off.
really?
And eventually it stopped, but unfortunately that escape room facility shut down, and I have that lady's photo now in my living room.
Oh my gosh. Have you
Yeah.
noticed anything
Her
suspicious?
picture likes to slide out a lot, like she's trying to escape. But most of the time she's pretty smiley.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm just going to follow up kind of like with Connie's question when she had asked about, the worst experience that you guys had. So maybe I'll start with Lisa. Like, what was your most fabulous one that you would like to talk about? And then maybe Rachel, like your most like, this totally floored me more than anything else that I've ever experienced.
I don't know. I think I pretty much liked every investigation. I don't know if there's any like that I would say like was my absolute favorite, because I just like doing it. Probably when we were filming for TV. That was, but
Oh, wow.
the last time.
The last
Oh,
time.
no.
Not last time, like the couple of years ago before COVID.
So what kind of TV shows did you guys film for?
We filmed for the Marilyn Dennis show.
Oh, very cool. I recognize that one. Okay.
Yes. Nationwide, right? We've done a few other like TV, like
Honda.
news. We've done,
Mhm.
what have we done? Like way back in
Honda.
the day, we did checks. Yeah, and we filmed with Honda the same year we did Marilyn Dennis in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we filmed at the Aurelia Opera House with Honda.
Oh my gosh.
Wish they would have given us a minivan, but intent. No, it's like,
That would be great for going on investigations.
exactly.
What is your most favorite or most kind of like jaw-dropping moment that you have, Rachel, that you would like to chat about?
I have a lot, but I would say my most favorite comes from Lang Pioneer Village in Keene, which is by Peterborough.
Okay.
So we investigated there in 2016, and afterwards, every time. So Allison, who was supposed to be on tonight, but unfortunately she can't.
Okay.
Yeah, we worked together at the escape room, and we would bring our equipment because the place was haunted. So like legit haunted, not fake haunted, but we would bring in our equipment and we would talk and see, and every time we would go out, our ghost box would always say Nick and Mike.
Mhm.
So we're like, who is this Nick and Mike? Like, come on, like, give us some answers here. So we would ask questions. Nick, what's your last name? Mike, what's your last name? Same thing, we just kept going on and on. We got a few answers, but, couldn't really do anything. So we went to one of our friends who is a psychic, and we were like, and I asked her straight up, I'm like, okay, you need to tell me who Nick and Mike is, right? So she's like, well, they say they're soldiers and this, and then she kept going on. She kept giving us this that I had researched, right? So I was like, okay, now I got to go digging. Well, lo and behold, I found a Nick and a Mike who served in the same battalion in the Canadian Armed Forces I think it was in World War II.
Okay.
And I brought this information to her, and she's like, well, they said you found them. And I was like, oh, cool, right? Like I finally found who these guys are.
Mhm.
And then she goes, but they're connected to you, Rachel. And I was like, how? How are these guys connected to me? I'm like, well, we went and investigated. Perhaps that's what it was. She goes, no, they're connected to you. You have grandfather, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I've had a few of them. She's like, yeah, but, grandfather in the war. I was like, well, yeah, I did have one, but he never came back. He died, just after D-Day.
Right.
And he's buried over in France. And she's like, no, they're connected. Right, they're connected to that. I'm like, but how? They don't connect. Well, it turns out my maternal grandmother Her dad died of a heart attack when she was 6 months old, so I would have never have known who he was.
Wow.
He served in the same battalion as Nick and Mike.
Really?
So that was my connection. So that was one of my holy, moments. But that's one of my most favorite because of the connection.
Well, oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cool though. I love to hear those kinds of stories. And they're actually like kind of heartwarming.
It is. And
You
people
know?
still can't believe it. Like, how did you find these people? Well, I'm really good at finding things.
That's right.
Don't do me wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's like that's one of the biggest things is like, getting the historical information and just like the background. I think that's one of the most phenomenal pieces. And,
Yeah.
I think
And-
that's huge.
And a lot of what we do, we like to tell people, and I'm not going to lie, the movie Coco got it right. When you stop remembering somebody, they die a second death. Right?
Yeah.
So when there is nobody around to remember your stories, where do they go? So our job as a paranormal team is to bring those stories back to life and give those people their identities back. And it's just, I don't know, it's just something that I'm very, very connected with.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do.
No, and I mean it's a passion, and like it's an absolute passion. And if it wasn't something that you had an interest in, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here doing this. So
Exactly.
I thank you so much for sharing this. I love this stuff. We have so why don't we take a look at the Uxbridge Historical Center, the SLS camera footage. Do you want to talk about that and maybe explain to everybody kind of what the SLS camera is for those that might not know?
Yeah, so the SLS camera stands for Structured Light Censored Camera. It basically runs off a Kinect, which is for an Xbox, and it is set to map out human form. Now, it's not supposed to, and it doesn't map out a human form from a couch or a lamp or anything that's not a human form. So the SLS, we use that to track and to see if we can find anything that we can't see with our own eyes. So yeah, we were filming at the Uxbridge Historical Center, and I believe this one is in the Gold House or the Gould House, however you want to pronounce it. And we were talking with a family member who had a daughter who passed away at a very young age of cancer, which was actually listed on the I can't remember what year it was, but it was in the 1800s on her death certificate. So so we thought,
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Dino, did you want to put that one on if you don't mind?
Stop, don't come.
What the fuck? That's like,
Isn't that
Two things.
insane?
it's like a big one and a little one.
How tall was Charles?
Oh, I have no idea.
We're just mapping some really cool figures right now.
Okay.
And we
Sorry.
like there's a little one and a big one interacting with each other. It's fascinating. Rachel's filming it for you.
Right by the stairs here.
Right at the stairs.
It's like they're almost waiting to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for you guys to come down.
Okay, I think you guys can come down now.
Yeah, you can come down now if you want.
We'll see what happens when they come down.
We'll see what happens when you come.
And truth.
There they are.
They're sticking. They don't care.
Oh,
Oh, he just moved out of your way.
Excuse me.
oh.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That was really cool.
That's funny.
Funny we turn the lights on and we get the most action.
Okay, Charles, you can take May to bed now.
Thank you very much.
Are you dancing for us, Charles?
Oh, I think I'm napping.
A human now.
Yeah. Oh,
Gone.
Oh, no.
There he is.
Can you put your hands up
Oh.
over your head?
Looked
Nope,
like he
he's
was
gone.
touching himself there.
That one was awesome. That was awesome. Because you guys had quite a number of clips like on your website with Charles and his daughter. Like I remember a few of those. I've not had an opportunity to use one of the SLS cameras. Do you guys use that a lot in your investigation, or is that
We-
like fairly
We do.
new?
It's just like any other piece of equipment. We utilize it at everyone because you never know what you're going to get. You really
Right.
don't. Some like to show themselves, some like to talk, some like to play with, the REM pod. Like each one is different, and their way of communicating is different.
Right. So do you have one piece in particular that you like to use more than anything else? Like, do you have more kind of like evidence using like the EVPs, or is it just kind of like pretty even across the board with like the different pieces that you have, like the SLS camera, EVPs, spirit box?
I think it's pretty even.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty even. Like we don't really focus more. Like we run the spirit box all the time because you never know who's going to come through.
Right.
But I think it's pretty even for us.
Oh, nice. So when it comes to the spirit boxes too, there's also like apps that people would use on their phone, like
we do.
Oh, so you guys do use them. I was curious, like if you guys use those new apps, and if so, do you have a preference over which one? Because there's like the Echo Vox, and there's a couple of different ones. Like,
yes, so we have other than our actual PSB7, and we do
Right.
have a PSB11. We do actually use Necrophonic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the only thing that we use on our phones, because it's just another piece of equipment to try.
Oh, nice. What do you think of the spirit box, the number 11? Do you prefer that over the 7, or are they pretty
no, we
comparable?
actually right now we're actually preferring the Necrophonic over both of them,
Okay.
especially in areas where there's not a lot of radio frequency. We normally run ours on AM,
Okay.
because there is less radio traffic. So when something does pop up, it's pretty significant. So I would say 99.9% of our EV, like our ghost box sessions, are on AM.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a lot of like public investigations, or do you prefer mostly just to do it as a private group? I noticed that you do have a few events, and those I think would be spectacular.
Yeah. So when a location wants to do a public event, we're down for it. Including public investigations. We have one coming up in a couple weeks at Lang Pioneer Village, one of our favorite places. So there are still tickets available for that. But yeah, so most of our stuff right now is private, except for this month where everybody wants to join. So lots of public events, but we don't usually let people know where we're going, because in the past we were like, hey, we're going here to investigate, and then all these people show up.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you're not part of the team. Please leave.
That's right. So yeah, you guys would probably get really busy around the Halloween season. And I guess this is a question for both of you. But do you find that there's more action now that we're coming up, towards like the Halloween season? Do you find that makes a difference? And, for you, Lisa, like, do you find the connection to the energy and the other side is a little more powerful at this point in time?
I definitely think that the veil is thinner in the month of October. It's definitely, I feel like it's a different energy for sure. That's my thoughts on it. Definitely.
Okay.
I agree that the veil is definitely thinner, and it may be more easier to communicate. But I think for us, we don't see really much of a change.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Connie has another question. She says, has all of the equipment that you use ever go out at the same time on any of the outings? So she might mean like the power drain. Like, do you guys experience that? Like the spirits using your equipment to take the energy to use? I'm like, oh gosh.
It 100% happens. Brand new, fresh batteries, dead in 5 minutes. Yeah, it happens. Things just not turning on, things not recording. So for example, last week we did an investigation and we were using our SLS camera and it was recording and it saved and every file is corrupt.
Oh
Because
no.
somebody didn't want us to share.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was just that. All the other files are fine. But just those specific ones that for that investigation, we just can't get into.
Oh no, that's sad. I know. I've had that happen too with my little personal recorder, like the EVP session. It was like a really great spirit box session, EVP, and I got home and it was just dead air. I was so upset. I was like, how did that happen? It was dead, but everything was so active at the time. So I feel your pain.
Yeah. And Lisa too, as a piece of equipment, if you want to call it, with her abilities, there'll be times where she's done. She can't do anything anymore. And then we have to feed her.
Well, Lisa, that would be, I think it would be a draining experience for you on too. I mean, when you're trying to channel the energy and, having those experiences, that would take a toll. Like, do you feel drained at the end of investigations?
Some of them definitely I do. Ironically, I can have a big meal. It doesn't matter what investigation. I can have a big meal before I get in there. And when I'm done, I'm like hangry.
Eating a box of chocolates in the car.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because
I'm not even a person that gets hungry, so.
Oh, well, they kind of I think they refer to it as kind of like the paranormal hangover or something like that too.
Oh, that exists.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
That's right. So do you must have to take time to recharge. You guys wouldn't do back-to-back investigations. You must have like a nice space.
We hope.
In between, imagine.
We hope. Lately it has not been. In June, we were doing something every single weekend. So we literally had 5 days, 6 days in between. It's kind of been like that since May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. COVID really shut everybody down, but the second everything was open, everybody wanted us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I mean,
and I'm not going to complain. It's been great.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a topic that I find so many people are really interested in. Not everybody talks about it. Not everybody likes to talk about it. But when you get a certain group of people, it always makes for a great conversation. So let me see here. I'm going to probably say this place wrong. Kawartha Settlers Village. Is it Kawartha?
Kawartha, yeah.
Yes. Okay. That place, again, some of the research that I did looking at your videos and in your footage, first of all, it's a beautiful place. It's lovely. Did you want to maybe give a little bit of background history on where it's located and kind of like maybe some stories about that?
So Kawartha Settler Village is located in Bobcaygeon, which, it's famous for its song. But so yeah, it's located in Bobcaygeon. It's another one of those living history pioneer museums with a variety of different buildings that have been kind of put on a piece of land to kind of showcase what it was like living in the Kawarthas, especially the Bobcaygeon area in the late 1800s.
Oh, wow. So the buildings are like historical buildings.
They are, yes. There's one or two. Yeah, there's one or two that they've built on the property, obviously, because they needed guest services and stuff like that. But every other building has been brought to the property.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. See, that's lovely. And that place is like open to the public usually most of the time. And you guys
obviously it's closed right now because their season is over. They do have public events that they'll be hosting throughout, but it's usually just a summer destination.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So we have like this really, really cool clip. It's an EVP. it's the Write Me a Letter. I don't know if you wanted to maybe talk about that one before we play it, or if you just want us to play it for
So
everybody.
yeah, so that was taken in the, I think it was in the general store. I think. I'm trying to remember exactly. But yeah, no, we just caught it. So back in the 1800s and 1900s, general stores would have mail rooms, but I don't know that the store wasn't really a general store when it was actually in town. It was a harness shop, and then I know in the 80s it became an antique store that kind of has a bit of a sad story to it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
So in the 1980s, I believe it was 86, it was an antique store known as the Ravenloft. And unfortunately, the owner was savagely beaten and murdered in the back room of that store by
Oh,
his lover.
oh no, that is.
Yeah. So you can even look it up online. The I think the whole proceeding is written out in online, and you can
Oh,
see
wow.
how it all played out. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
sad.
Oh, that is sad. So, Dino, if you wanted to play clip 5, that would be great.
Me? Oh. Me? Oh.
Oh wow! So Lisa, you were there at the time when that happened. Did you feel anything at the time that EVP happened?
I don't remember. I'm sorry. Because I was more like, I was seeing, like, what I remember from the general store is actually seeing the murder happen and feeling the murder happen. And I did not know,
Oh,
like,
wow.
what happened there. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, I can't tell you what was going on during
No,
that.
that is okay. But you experienced and you kind of felt the energy of the murder that had taken place there.
Yeah, so that was one of the first times. That one, I remember being emotionally overwhelmed too, wasn't I, Rachel? Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was the first time I had seen it from all three perspectives. So at first I was seeing it from the murdered victim,
Right.
his perspective, and then I saw it from the murderer's perspective, and then I saw it from third party. So
Wow.
it was really hard, and it was, yeah, because he did not expect it at all when he got the first blow. So I actually had to stop afterwards and like take a break and go take a breather because it was very emotionally, I could feel it all, and it wasn't good.
Oh wow! I can't even imagine. That would have been an experience. I can't even imagine.
It was
Um,
tough.
so Rachel, like, do you get those kind of feelings as well when you're in the investigation?
No. Sometimes I get anxious. I'm not gonna lie, I will feel a bit of anxiety. So when we went to the one there in March, I was feeling anxious. We all were feeling anxious, and none of us knew why. Everything was not even working out right that day. We should have just said no. But we still went. But a lot of the times I just feel anxious. Sadly, I'm more scared of wildlife than I am of the dead. So but yeah, no, I don't. I'll walk into a room with the lights off. I'm okay.
So did you know the history, like the history of the murder of in that place before you went?
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh,
I was
wow.
told, and then of course, I research everything, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, nothing gets by me. But, um, but yeah, so yeah, no, I knew. I always bring my notes with me because at any given point, Lisa will look at me and ask me a question, and if I don't know the answer, she's gonna be, she gets, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I always have my notes and everything, and I do extensive research. It's
Mhm.
not like I just like, oh, this happened here, or oh, they see this. No, I go in. I will find names, ages, death dates, birth dates, marriage dates, you name it, what you died of. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, that's phenomenal. And Lisa, because you would have went into this one blind and you wouldn't have known the history on that. So I can definitely imagine that would have been very shocking. Like
Oh
that.
yeah, it definitely was. And like I said, it was the first time to see it from like that, where they were showing me all three perspectives.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was. And Rachel has to have the information because when she validates me more information, the more she validates it, the quicker she validates it, the quicker the information comes sometimes.
Oh wow.
So
That was one of your most powerful kind of feelings that you've experienced while out on a
yeah, yeah, actually I would say, yeah, that was, yeah. And I wouldn't even, I think probably the saddest, most powerful, but most saddest, because yeah, he didn't have any idea that I actually was ready to cross him over, but he's not ready to go yet. So he's
Oh,
stuck to the location right now, and he told me he's not ready. So I'm like, I will not cross people over unless they're ready.
right.
It's home.
Have you gone back to that location since?
Yeah, we actually did a whole bunch of public investigations there over the summer.
Oh, wow. Now,
Yeah.
did you have that same feeling when you went back? Were you able to kind of communicate with the same spirit of the man?
Yeah, I didn't see it again from all three perspectives, thankfully. But like I can communicate with him, and I'm like, hey, you're ready to go, and he's like, nope, and I'm like, okay, see you
So
again.
will you kind of like, so will you try to find him and connect with him each time you go back to see if he's ready to help him cross over?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's just so sad.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's see. We have another clip from the Settlers Village. This is the EVP that says who's there. So this one is number 16, if you wanted to give it a play. Or not.
Fine, because at least you can look and be like, I've seen that one. And then, yeah. Something's not right here. Oh. Fine, because at least you can look and be like, I've seen that one. And then, yeah. Something's not right here. Oh.
Wow. Again, that was something. So do you guys, so they are caught in EVP, but is this something you would audibly hear at the time or only caught on your EVP, like on the recorder? Like, is that something that you would have heard or picked up on at the time?
Not me. Usually, and usually if we do hear something like that, someone will be like, did you hear that? What was that?
Right.
Especially Lisa, if she thinks it's been audible, she'll be like, did you hear that? A lot of the times I tell her no.
Oh, wow. So do you guys investigate kind of graveyards and stuff like that as well? And I know that you guys have gotten, some evidence that I've also seen on your website, which is pretty great. Is this something that you guys do often or just once in a while? And is there like a more active place or time of day, or it's just
Uh, not cemeteries aren't normally
Mhm.
active.
Okay.
Places of rest. Usually, when they are active, it's because it's a former caretaker of the
Right.
land or the cemetery that's still taking care of it.
Mhm.
Out this way, the best place if you're looking for a little activity is Salem Cemetery, which is located on the Ajax Pickering border as well, which is right at Highway 7, and it is still being taken care of from a caretaker outside. The church, little chapel, has a different story. It's been locked up since 1931,
Okay.
and no one's been in and no one's been out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can
So,
only imagine the energy inside that place.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. I have one more clip, and this one, I'm telling you, I had my earbuds in, and I certainly, this is not what I was expecting at all. I literally had shivers running up and down my spine. So this one is at the Allison House at the Heritage Center, and um, I even let my son, who was standing beside me, I put the earbud in his ear, and he just kind of like looked at me, and his jaw dropped open. He was just like, I can't imagine. So this one here. So if people just take a listen to this, and if Dina wants to play it, and then I'll maybe we could talk about that a little bit if you wouldn't mind. So Dina, do you want to play that so people can hear?
I don't know where that came from because we all would have heard it if it was, right there with us. Because no, that was. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start with that one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was so, and I mean, just to be caught on an EVP, and it was like not audible to like anybody in the investigation, just to have that caught. When you're editing that video, what was your reaction?
What? Yeah, that was pretty much my reaction. More like my mouth dropped open and I'm just like, I can't believe it. Like, I don't even know where it came from.
That
I
was
don't even know.
So what kind of place is the Allison House? It's a heritage center, so is it more like a historical museum?
It is. It's located in Adolphustown, which is just south of Napanee.
Mhm.
And it's on a campground. And it was the original landing site for the United Empire Loyalists in I think it was like 1796.
Okay.
I might be wrong with the year, but their campground totes, family camping since 1796. But yeah, it was on the original landing site for them. And there is a cemetery on the site as well. But the Allison House was built for D.W. Allison, who is a very prominent member of Canadian society.
Right.
And yeah,
That's actually, when I think back, that's probably one of my favorites, only because the REM pod was like, remember, it was singing that song?
Yeah.
And it's not programmed to do this. And it was like, we have a video of it. It was like singing. It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, but it was cool too.
Yeah. But that place also holds significant importance to me as well, because my great I don't know, times 6 plus grandparents were UELs, and the museum actually has one of my great grandparents' old Masonic aprons actually hanging in their museum, and I didn't know that until afterwards. So yeah, it's kind of
Wow. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's nice to
it is
have
kind
that
of cool.
connection.
Yeah.
Oh man. So again, like, have you guys gone back to that? Is that a place that you guys like
We
to
would we want to go back. We just haven't had a chance. Thanks, COVID. But but yeah, we just haven't had a chance.
Oh wow. Oh, I can't imagine like that did you get it? So you had REM pod activity. Did you have any, was that a place that you had the SLS camera going up?
No, we actually got the SLS camera after that investigation. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you'll have to go back soon.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of places we need to go back with that camera.
So the REM pod video, that one would be on your website as well to show it.
I know, actually, I think just Lisa has it. I don't think we actually have it posted anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I put it in our chat that afterwards, and then I should send it to you. It's on my phone.
Yeah, from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. Has anything followed any of your members home?
Not me, but yes. So yeah, we went to the Deseronto Public Library, and there wasn't a nice energy there. And some of our team members got a little too into it.
Okay.
And let Lisa finish that story.
Yeah, so generally, like, if I don't like the energy, I stay clear of it. Like, and I was like, no, I'm not going back there. I don't like, he had murdered a lady of the night, and he wasn't a very nice guy. So I forget the year that he killed her. I want to say 1833 or something, wasn't it?
Oh, something.
Anyway, he so his energy wasn't very nice, and we were like, okay, I'm staying clear of it. These 3 team members decided that they were going to go in there, and one of them was like, look, she's a girl, I'm wearing pants, and like just like stuff like to kind of egg him on. And yeah, so he followed one of our team members home, and I ended up having to go and clear her. And then when we went back to the location, I had to clear the location as well.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you're pretty lucky then, Rachel. You've not had an attachment.
Yeah, no, I haven't had anything in the 18 years that I've been doing this. I haven't had nothing follow me home that I know of. If it did, it didn't stay because I'm not a very nice host, apparently. Whatever.
CM had a question, and it's just to kind of go back to the Quarthas, Suttoners Village, Quartha. She was wondering, was the killer ever caught? Like, do you know?
Yes, they were caught. Yep, and they served their time, and I believe they have been released.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So yeah, they were charged and sentenced. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Okay, so those are all the clips that we have. Those are amazing, and you have so many more, both on your website and your YouTube channel. And again, for everybody, definitely go have a look at them. All the information, all of the links are below the video. There's the Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the website. And on the website, you also post your upcoming events. So you do have upcoming public events.
We do. We have a whole bunch. So on October 15th, we'll be in Cambridge at the McDougall Cottage doing a presentation. On Wednesday, October 19th, we will be at the Whitby Public Library, Rosalind Branch, doing a presentation. October 22nd, we have the public investigation of Lang Pioneer Village in Keene. There is a limited supply of tickets. So if you're looking to come, best book now and get those tickets, because once they're gone, they're gone. Because it is a small, we're doing a small number, so groups are small, so you're not stuck with 20 people trying to investigate a
Right.
tiny little house. And then the following weekend we are back at Lang's Pioneer Village, but we are a part of their All Hallows Eve event, so we'll have our own little booth, and we'll just talk about ghosts and share our experiences there, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so that's our October. We're busy.
Oh, that's fabulous. And Kathy lives in Ontario, and she said that you guys are amazing, and she's going to try to go and see you guys at the library in Whitby. Oh, that would be, Kathy, I hope you do that. I can't wait to hear about that. Because there's many members of this channel that all across, like I'm in Nova Scotia, there's people in Ontario, they're scattered everywhere. So that would be, I wish I could get to Ontario. Do you guys ever do investigations out on the East Coast here? Like, has your team ever been out here for any?
We haven't. No, we haven't.
I'd love to.
Do we? Yeah, we want to. We want to go all over the place.
Nice.
Darn full-time day jobs.
Right.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Nice, because one of my favorite locations is the Fortress of Louisbourg.
I've been there.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie, my friend took Cannonball
Oh,
years, and we're talking years ago, not recently. Like, we're just going back like 20 years, a little longer than 20 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't even imagine the energy on one of those. So did you pick up on anything just like intuitively, or did you get
Not
any
me.
kind of
No, I
feeling?
was about
No?
16 at the time.
Okay.
Quite a while. But yeah, no. Definitely, I knew it was creepy. I was been good into ghosts and spirits my whole life.
Right.
But yeah, it's just I knew it was creepy, but nobody else wanted to explore.
Oh gosh. Oh, your team will have to come up to the East Coast and do an investigation on that.
For sure.
Do you have any upcoming like filming events or anything that you wanted to share, or anything else that you would like to share with us?
We filmed last week for something, but can't guarantee the exact air date yet, but it may be next Thursday.
Oh,
Maybe.
wow. Now,
it'll be posted once we know.
okay.
We will be posting it on our website and our Facebook, so everyone will know when to tune in.
Oh, that will be exciting.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other social accounts? Like, do you use do you have Instagram or TikTok or
So,
Twitter?
yeah, we have Instagram. We have Twitter, but I don't even know when the last time I was on Twitter. We do have a TikTok, but it's mostly just Sheena dancing. Yeah, it's great. Gotta have a little fun somewhere sometimes, but
That's great.
yeah, so all of that, we have all of that. But our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube are our most used.
The most used accounts. Okay, that is perfect. Let's see. Connie has another question too, and we kind of talked about this a little bit behind the scenes. But she was wondering if your group had ever considered, doing investigations down in the United States. She's actually from Ohio as well, so she'd be interested in knowing if you guys ever kind of get down that way.
Yes, we want to. Yeah, we do. Like I said, Ohio State Reformatory is on our list. Hillview Manor, Rolling Hills, like all of those are on our to investigate list. It's just getting the time and the money and all that together.
Right.
Once we do that, we're coming. So watch out.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So definitely everybody needs to kind of stay tuned to the Paranormal Seekers and, go onto all of their social media and just keep an eye, because you know what? There's lots of great stuff there and super amazing stuff to come. So Lisa, Rachel, thank you so much. You guys have been, phenomenal. I would love to come and, see you guys in action sometime too. So I, hope to get out. I think that would be so fun.
It's true. We are. We have a lot of laughs.
Oh my gosh. And like I said, if you guys ever come to the East Coast too, hit me up and
I say, We do like we're mostly women. We have a couple guys on our team, but I think they're more afraid of anything than we are.
Oh gosh. Well, did you maybe want to talk about some of the other members that you have on your team?
Yeah, sure. So, obviously, other than me and Lisa, we have Sheena, who is our photographer, Allison, who's our researcher.
Mm-hmm.
We have Paula, who is our infrared camera specialist. We have Jay, who has he is also sensitive, and he's our tech specialist. And then we have our new guy, Ryan. He is a former police officer. He's retired, and he's just kind of learning the ropes and running away from us when he gets scared.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. That's fun.
That's a big team.
Yeah, I was sacrificed, we'll say.
Hey,
a
now.
while back, because when
You-
Lisa
if you
runs, it means we all run.
Yes, exactly. I
Except
say
for
if
when
you
you're throwing back.
run, because I don't run.
It was funny. It was a good time.
She didn't run, and Ryan and I ran.
Yeah. The police officer and Lisa ran.
Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do, right?
It's true. And then poor me and Sheena were still left in the house, standing there wondering what was going on. It was a laugh. It was good.
Oh wow.
And Ryan and I ended up in the garden.
But they planted stuff in the next day.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You guys, you sound like you have such a fun time, and your team is amazing, and your team is quite huge. Are y'all based in kind of like the same location, or are you scattered throughout?
Yeah, we've got half and half. So a couple of us are Oshawa, and the rest are Clarington, which is Bowmanville, Curtis area.
I guess okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh gosh. Well, this has been super amazing, ladies. Thank you so much. And maybe if you guys are up to it, you come back again and bring some of your members with you, and talk about some of those other ones that
You can find some more of our clips to play.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There are a lot, and I think it's exciting. So thank you so much. And I see Juno's back hanging out. How are you?
Yeah, good show. You guys had some good clips. Yeah. I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing your stories and everything.
No problem.
No
Anytime.
problem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Something's chirping. So yeah, ladies, thank you very much. Paranormal Seekers. All the links are down below, you guys, for them. Thanks, Rachel and Lisa, and maybe we'll
You're
get you on
welcome.
again.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Let me
you're
know
welcome.
when.
Thank you so much for having us.
For sure. Take care, you guys.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank
see you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Tracy, there you go. That was very interesting, huh? Some of those clips were very. The scream at the end was probably the best, of them all. Just because I like scary stuff. So there you go.
Yeah. That clip I was not expecting that.
Not if I heard that. Yeah. If I heard it in person, anyways. Hey, so when is Lisa coming back? Next week we have Warren is returning, right?
Warren is returning on Monday, so it will
Okay.
be Monday, October the 10th. He will be here for the full hour and a half, and he's going to be sharing clips, stories, equipment. So come with your questions, be prepared, and let's kind of share his energy, because he's like super, super pumped about chatting with us again. So
Oh yeah, he didn't stop once when you when you had him on before. So
No.
I'm looking forward to him for sure. And Lisa, she is coming back hopefully in a couple weeks.
yeah, in a couple of weeks. So I got a lovely message from Lisa just before we went live, and we're gonna chat, and we're gonna line up a really good show for you guys for when she returns. So it's just gonna be a couple more weeks, and she'll be back, and we'll be doing some cool new stuff for you guys. So
Cool.
definitely.
And thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are all fantastic as always. The questions were great.
Absolutely.
Tried to get to them all. And again,
Comments are good.
yeah, Paul, I think you're full of it. I think you can super chat if you want. Anyways, they all love the Paranormal Seekers, so they all had a good time.
That's exciting.
And the description and the links to everything check them out for sure. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
And again, tomorrow you will get me and Ginger for a good old discussion on subspecies. You guys know I've been wanting to watch it for movie night forever. Jeez. And we will be talking about it tomorrow. So, and the rest of the week. And overnight tonight, we have Ghost, and more Ghosts. Every single show in the lineup tonight, overnight,
Nice.
deals with ghosts. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Stream went down last night. It seems like every 4 or 5 months, the internet just modem reboots or something. I have no idea. But anyways, with that, you got a last word there, Tracy?
Yeah. What do you got going on your paranormal show on Thursday?
What do I got going on? You threw me off guard.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. No. I should know this by heart, but I've booked up like a whole month of guests. But we have Crystal Blevins, paranormal investigator, will be on with me on Thursday for the Paranormal Into the Night show. And of course, you'll get tons and tons of great stories and evidence. So just like we always do. So
Nice.
keeping it paranormal, keeping it real right here, and should be a good discussion.
Awesome.
So yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Well, thanks. This has been great. And thank you, everybody. You guys have been amazing. I can't wait to go back and read everybody's comments. It's kind of hard to kind of multitask and do all that at the same time. So thank you all. And, Vicky, I see you.
You're going to read all of these things back?
I am.
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
it. Okay.
Well,
Thanks,
well,
Dana.
there you go. Peace, everybody. Much love to each and every one of you.